My name is Gloriana Gallegos Trujillo. I'm a PhD candidate at UCSD and I'm a Socrates Fellow. I'm studying the nervous system and I wanted to study it in a really simple organism, which is C. elegans. It has only 302 neurons. So I'm interested in how the neurons form connections with each other, and those are called synapses. As a Socrates Fellow, I worked with Jessica McSwain, who is a high school biology teacher at Hilltop High School in Chula Vista. And she has both AP biology and regular biology students. I wanted to bring C. elegans into the classroom in as many ways as possible, and two of the ways that I brought it into the classroom were in an ecology unit and in a genetics unit. The isolating worms out of the soil activity was a good one to introduce the students to ecology and then start talking about different ecosystems, the soil ecosystem, but then branching off to the marine ecosystem. And then the genetics activity was done in the genetics unit, so starting to talk about genomes and genes and what happens when you have mutations in genes. So that was useful to see what happens when you have, a live organism and it has mutations, and how those mutations are passed on to their progeny. For the genetics activity, I think students were engaged when they were able to discriminate between the wild type, or the normal phenotype, and the mutant phenotype. We also used a preparatory activity where the students did gummy bears genetics, and so they were able to do Punnett squares using gummy bears, and that prepared them for the worm activity. For the soil ecology experiment, it was really exciting to see the students get so engaged when they looked at their plates, because they were samples that they had isolated out of their own backyards. And so when they looked under the microscope and they saw things that weren't there 2 days ago when they first plated out their samples, that was really exciting, and you heard lots of, yeah, or cool, and things like that. What I didn't know before I started Socrates was how difficult it is to be a high school science teacher. I think being in the classroom has been really interesting, just seeing, what levels of education students come into the classroom with and how you have to teach to different levels. A lot of misconceptions that students bring to the classroom, and just the importance of educating students at that level, because they're our future voters. So making sure that they know about current issues, especially scientific issues, and they're well informed is really important. Socrates has been really important for me because I have had a chance to get out and try something different, translating my research in a different way. I'm used to talking to scientific audiences, presentations, committee members, those kinds of things. But what Socrates provided me was looking at my science in a different way and being able to talk about it in a different way to students. And so when my family and friends ask me about what I do now, I think I'm a lot better at explaining what I do, and they actually understand it.